Hello internet friends, I am back, and as you can probably tell by my surroundings, today I am not doing a try on haul. If you've watched my channel for a while, you probably know that I am completely obsessed with plants. I have over 60 and sometimes I like to make little videos about them. And I realise that these are probably not as interesting as the try on hauls, but I really like making them, and in the last few weeks I've actually had a few requests for updates on my plants. So ask and you shall receive, especially when it comes to plants. I'm very happy to do a plant update and show you what I'm propagating right now and what's going on in my collection. The first thing that I would like to show you is this. Wow! I saw online that you can grow your own avocado from a pit. The recommended technique I saw said that you should stick little tiny food skewers into each side of it, balance it on a cup, and put the bottom half in water, and the roots would come out and the plant will come out the top. And I tried it and I waited for months and basically nothing happened. It had one tiny crack in it, and then my cat knocked it off the side and it broke in half. I think it was 3 to 4 months that I wasted. However, I found a different method, and this method was get the pit and wrap it in kitchen roll, run it under a tap, and then put that in like a cling film bag and then leave it. And then in the bag, obviously the moisture kind of just keeps going around and it'll get warm in the sun, and it basically kind of creates like a really warm, humid environment. And I tried it and it worked. This took only 3 months and it is already so much more successful than the first one. I am so proud of this little avocado boy. I will go closer so you can see. I know the roots look kind of gross. It starts off getting normal roots and then the white roots come out afterwards. And I think at some point I will plant it in soil. But for now, I'm kind of just really proud of myself for doing this. It looks very precarious. I feel like there's going to be somebody watching this like, stop waving it around. And you're probably right, but oh, I'm so proud. I'm so incredibly proud. Okay, so next up on my list, I have shown you guys this plant before, but it is starting to take over my house. It is so warm right now, so in my house, and the days are much longer, so my plants are thriving. And this one is just, oh my god. Wow. This is like, oh my god, it just, I feel like this plant, and it's just not stopping, it's still growing. It's nearly as long as me. This is a Monstera. This is one of my favourite plants. I love them because the leaves are beautiful. It's kind of like gothic, I feel. And it grows like a weed. It grows so fast, it's crazy. In fact, it grows so fast I'm always cutting bits off it because it's so long, and then I am propagating them. As you can see here, let me just bring these over to show you. So here's a cutting. It is in a cup with another cutting, so let me just remove that cutting. There we go. So this is a Monstera cutting. I just chopped it off the side, and as you can see, it just has like a little area. We put it in water and the roots grow right out. Really quickly. They propagate really quickly. This has been in here for maybe a month. It's probably ready to go into soil, but I'm going to leave it for a little bit longer anyway because I am lazy. This is a different cutting, a different kind of plant, but I thought they may as well share the same water. They can be little buddies together. Now, smoosh the roots. Excellent. Here is one that I put in soil. This is really an odd job. It was getting so long and tall, as you can tell, that I needed something to kind of tether it down. So I just sellotape this. It's not a great system, and I've actually ordered proper plant tape so that when this one starts climbing, it can go bigger. But yes, this is a great plant for beginners because it grows so quickly, it's really easy to propagate, and it's very cool looking. I really like how gothic it is. However, I will say it is toxic to cats, so I keep it in a room which the cats don't go in to avoid any potential issues. Okay, so next up, I'll let show you my snake plant. So, oh god, heavy boy. So this is my amazing snake plant. I really like this plant. It's like the easiest plant ever. I stick this in and it tells me how much water is in the soil. It's pretty helpful, so it stops me from overwatering my plants too much. But yeah, I think this is an absolutely, oh, Bean's coming in to say hello. Hi Bean. Best dog ever. But yeah, I think snake plants are great because they barely need water, they grow really easily. And I didn't know that you could propagate them, but then I googled it and I discovered you can. So I very excitedly, as you can see here, chopped off 2 leaves to try and propagate them. And that was 3 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago. It was a long time ago. And I thought nothing was happening, but today I checked and something is happening. So all you do is you just chop the leaf off and then you put the down part of the bottom side of the leaf in water and the top side up, and it will just grow roots. And if you want, you can actually chop the leaf into smaller chunks and then put all of the chunks in water, and then all of them will turn into 3 plants. So here is 1 leaf. Ignore how green the water is. Here is 1 leaf, and I've chopped it into 3 parts. And look! Oh my god! I'm so incredibly happy. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I actually, because nothing happened for so long, I thought I'd put them in the wrong way, and I was like, oh my god. That would just be my most annoying thing to have done. But it worked, and my patience has paid off. I'm hoping that in a few weeks, there'll be enough roots that I could maybe, I don't know, I'll actually probably just leave that sitting in water for like a year, because I want it to get loads of roots, and then I'll plant it. So many plant plans. Okay, so next I would like to show you another plant that has got really crazy looking. I actually don't know what this plant is called. When I bought it, I only bought it for like £5 and it was tiny, but it has now just shot up. It is like the most strange looking plant I own, and I love it, even though it's very weird looking. But let me show you it. It looks like it needs watering, it doesn't, I just watered it, but... What the hell is this? What is this? What are you? I love you, but what are you? I don't know. This plant is great. I realise that it's really weird looking and it's not very aesthetically pleasing, but I kind of like how funky and weird it is. You know? Like, there's something really utterly bizarre about this plant, and I like it. I like it. It's a weird guy, but I like him. I think... Seriously, what are you? If you know what this is, please tell me. It just keeps shooting off and growing more. But yeah, basically, I think this update is just me telling you that my house, that the jungle is becoming... It's taking over the house. It's taking over my life. And let me show you that with my... this is my wandering dude. Same thing. Everything is thriving. Some would say it's thriving too much. This plant is longer than I am. I'm trying to give you like a size comparison. This is one of my favourites. Obviously, as you can tell, the leaves are just absolutely gorgeous. And I can show you a smaller one. Because, as you know me, I am always propagating my plants. And that is the case also in this situation. I took a few cuttings, put them in water, planted them, and wow! This one I actually think looks nicer than the other one because it's like way thicker. If you have a look, you can kind of see. I think it's such a beautiful plant. It's kind of hairy, but I don't mind that. It's a great plant. And for a fun fact, this was called, the nickname for this was the Wandering Jew, but that was deemed to be offensive, and now it is the Wandering Dude. So make sure you're calling it the Wandering Dude. But yeah, it's thriving. Next up is my Fiscus, which is also thriving. I really like this one. I think the leaves are so cool. Spotty boy. Yeah, he is also thriving, doing really well. You can see he's got new growth points here. There is another one somewhere. But yeah, basically this guy is just doing incredibly well as well, which is great news for me. I'm feeling like a successful plant mother. Most excitingly, this plant, this guy, this long boy, is a Monstera, and another plant, this is also a Monstera. It's a different kind. I think this is maybe called a Swiss cheese plant. It's more common, and it's not toxic to cats, so it's better in that sense. But this guy is doing really, really well. He's just put out 2 new leaves. I think you can probably guess which ones the new leaves are because they're much more shiny and bright green, whereas the old leaves, like this one, are darker and more miscoloured. I really like this. This is like probably my favourite plant that I own. It's just, look at that. My goodness. I do need to chop off this leaf because it is not looking so good. But very excitingly, this plant is pregnant with another one. If you look here, you can see, if you have one of these plants, you can check yourself. Here, you'll see this, and then there's a little tip of a leaf coming out of the top. And that is a new leaf and it will shoot out and shoot up and it will be majestic and beautiful. Also, check out that bad boy root. I feel like, also this one. Go back in the pot. There we go. No. Cheeky root. But yeah, I love this plant. So, ooh, the lighting's going really weird. I need to move forward. There we go. I love this plant so much. I think it is such an amazing and beautiful plant. And it's thriving. And you can see Bean in the background. Bean, what are you eating? Oh, you're eating a leaf, of course. Thankfully, it is a non-toxic leaf. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with my plants. They're taking over the house. And despite the fact that they're taking over the house, I am still choosing to propagate things and create more plants. I suspect that when I die, I will just like be consumed by plants and maybe no one will find my body for like 3 days, and by the time they find me, I'll just be like wrapped up in vines. That was dark. Well, it would be a fun way to go for me because I truly am the queen of plants. Oh yeah, actually I will just show you as well this funky thing. It's my pillow of pear. I think I'm saying that wrong, pillow of pear, but I like saying it. It's kind of a strange looking guy. This is what I like this plant just for how weird it is. I think I'm starting to realise that I prefer the plants that are kind of strange looking, the plants that you look at twice, rather than the aesthetically pleasing plants. For instance, this one is just a standard aesthetically pleasing plant. It's a leper lily. The leaves are absolutely gorgeous. But even though it's beautiful, in a way, I would actually rather look at this one or this one. Because they just like, they make me laugh. They bring me so much joy. I like silly looking plants. They are excellent conversation starters. Oh, and finally, because I don't want to lie and pretend that everything is thriving, because not every single thing is thriving. I killed another calathea, you guys. Look at this. Ugh. Ugh. Calatheas are so hard to keep alive. Like, so hard to keep alive. And I have learned from having 3 now that I will be buying no more calatheas. I only have 1 left that's alive. I've had it for over a year, so that one is doing well, but it's just so difficult. They need like the most perfect water and humidity. And I did buy a water filter for them, and I tried, and it was still just like, no, Amy, it's my time to leave. I have to go. I can't stay anymore. And I'm like, please, calathea, I love you. And the calathea's like, no, I hate you. You are a terrible, terrible calathea mother. Please like and subscribe.